Kick it off, cunt.
I'm critically acclaimed artist Andre Cordova, and this is my co-host.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm the sexy, sultry, aged voice of wisdom here for you guys to help guide you through this tumultuous new origin story that we're just beginning.
Yes, origin stories. And welcome to Sabotage.
That was
Love
really
that.
cheesy. I
That
kind
was
of
so
loved
cheesy.
it.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Fabulous. We're kicking it off.
Yeah, with how we met.
The origin.
The way I remember it. I just happened to be in the city because I had just left the place of a Brazilian dude.
I can't wait for this. You're going to tell your side of the story, and then I'm going to tell my side of the story. I'm just going to sit here and listen.
Yeah, so no, I had a great time. I had a good night. And I was like,
Well, Brazilian, of course you did.
yeah. No, so I left and I was in a good mood. I was like, you know what? I feel like dropping by Stonewall for a drink. Yeah.
Ooh, always a bad move.
Yeah, well, like...
That was your first mistake.
No, but I had never... I don't think I'd ever gone out by myself before like that, just to go have a drink. Because I'm quite young. And...
There's a camera right there.
Shut the fuck up. I sat down, had a drink, and I was next to this like older dude who was clearly a regular because he was like off his face. Just started chatting to me. He was being friendly, so I was being friendly. And then I hear this laughter at like the end.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I was the older dude. How dare you? I was about to slap you in the face.
No, much older. No, I hear this laughter at the end of the bar, and
Melodious,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Even.
I see you with like I think it was at least two other people. I don't know. And
Rolling up with my crew.
yeah, and I distinctly recall you like gestured me over, but I was like, oh yeah,
Well, that would have been much later.
yeah, like eventually.
Yeah.
You invited me to come back around because it must have come up that I was a singer. So you're like, oh,
Yeah,
come.
because you never mention that.
Tell
it
you what,
never comes
No.
up whenever you talk to anyone.
It doesn't come
never
up as
comes
often
up.
as it should because
Okay,
it's
bitch.
literally my job. I need to like market myself, and I just wouldn't tell people that like, yeah, this is what I do for a career. So because that came up, you're like, oh, you should come back tomorrow for karaoke. I was like, what if I show up and I'm like, hey, we met yesterday. And
I
you're
did
like,
remember
"Who-"
that.
Yeah, you did, thankfully. But that was my concern.
That was a one-off. Any other night, any other Monday night, I wouldn't have remembered.
It's because, I have such a memorable face.
Okay, we'll go with that. That's on record now. So
Yeah,
we're just going to
it
go
is.
with that.
It is. People often, I've had people come up to me and they're like, we met at so and so. I'm like, I don't know who you
Well,
are.
that happens to me all the time.
Yeah,
I saw you Tuesday night, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to remember you.
Yeah.
Anyway, my turn.
you'll go.
My memory of the night. I believe I was at the Oxford drinking with two of my friends. I think it was Bo.
Was one of them Bo?
Yeah, one of them. Bo was there on a Monday
Oh.
night. That was before he went off and lived his best life up in
In the
Byron Bay.
mountains.
No, he lives in Byron now.
Okay. He strikes me as a like live in
And
the
I
woods kind
came
of
into
guy.
Stonewall, as I do on a Monday night for years, and I saw this lonely, sad-looking Puerto Rican boy sitting at the bar.
Bitch! Just for the
This
record,
lonely,
just to clarify,
sad Puerto Rican bar.
I'm not Puerto Rican.
Bullshit. Well,
I'm Peruvian.
yeah, because there's a difference. And he was just sidling
Cancelled.
up to
Okay.
this much older, hideously older gentleman
Yeah.
for free drinks, which is fine. We all did it back in those days.
Did he buy me a drink?
Girl,
Probably.
you wouldn't have been sat next to him
Probably.
if he didn't buy you a drink.
I just sat down and then he sat next to me, I think. I don't know. Continue.
Well, that's the name of the game. That's the risks you run when you're a pretty young thing walking into Stonewall. I
Yeah.
remember those days many years ago, decades
you?
when I was young and beautiful.
Back in the 20s.
Back in the 20s, yes. And I saw this sad, lonely little Puerto Rican boy sitting at the bar, and I gestured, little Puerto Rican boy. Come here, little Puerto Rican boy. Who are you here with? Why are you here on a Monday night?
Yeah.
With the rest of us tragics
Yeah.
doing anything. And he, I want to say, casually dropped
Yeah.
that he was a musician, a singer.
Yeah. I feel like you must have asked something. I wouldn't have just said that out of
I don't
nowhere.
care about other people. No.
No, that's on brand. That is.
And it just came up that Yeah, he sang. And I being,
Generous, benevolent.
well, all of those things, but
Yeah.
also like the karaoke regular at Stonewall. Like I've been
Yes,
going
no-
there for about 10 years.
And see, that's what's so interesting about it. I had no idea that this was like joining the mafia of Oxford Street.
Well, you can just turn up.
Yeah, I know, but like being a part of your crew,
Yeah.
who's been there for 1,000 years, who
kind
like
of a big-
everybody knows.
It's kind of a big deal
Yeah.
because we've been doing it forever. Should we be giving them free clout? They're not sponsoring us.
Well, we.
Stonewall, if you
true,
want to sponsor this podcast, let us know.
Yeah. I mean, that's the story of how we met.
So
I
I'll
guess.
tell you my first impression of you.
Oh, true.
Sad
God
little
damn
Puerto
it.
Rican boy
Why did I indulge this?
sitting at the bar.
Yeah. Oh no.
I thought you were very out of place because a Monday night,
Because I'm gorgeous.
girl,
I am. Shut the fuck up.
as Einstein said, everything's relative. So anyway,
Yeah.
you were very out of place because you're very well put together
Yes.
when you go out. You had nice clothes. She was dressed well. She was very out of place for Stonewall.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, who is this?
I wasn't an old white guy.
Who's this sad little boy sitting here? And I do remember gesturing you over.
Literally like that.
And
like,
I did that.
Like.
I was like, who are you? What's your name?
Yeah.
What do you do? Who are you here with?
What's your story? What's your thing?
What's your story?
Yeah. I love how coincidental it was. Had I not gone and fucked that Brazilian man, I would never have met you.
Let's not be crass. From
What
source.
are your thoughts on villain origin stories? I have mixed feelings, but like, what are your thoughts on that? Like with
So
movies
if I
and stuff.
remember correctly, there are 3 main types of villain.
Okay.
There's the mirror villain. The villain that is a mirror of the hero. So the Joker and Batman are perfect examples of this.
Right. Right. Yeah.
The Joker is a mirror villain, and that's pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah. The second one is the zealot. They're the one who believes they're not aware that they're the villain.
Right.
Magneto is a very good example of this. He
Yeah,
doesn't think
no,
he's a bad guy.
He justifies everything
Yeah.
for the greater
That's
good. Yeah.
that's
okay.
the third
Yeah, I get
villain.
that. Yeah.
And the third one is the ominous threat. You don't ever really see them until the very end of the movie. 7, I don't know if you've seen this movie.
No.
It's Kevin Spacey, who we're not really allowed to talk about anymore. Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. And it's a really great movie, but you don't really see him until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And throughout the movie, you just see the aftermath of everything he's done.
Right. It's
And
just like
he's
this is the
this
mastermind
looming
behind it. Yeah.
threat that no one can. Those are the 3 villains, and though that can really impact the story. So,
Yeah.
for instance, the Joker. Everyone's seen the Joker.
Yeah, no,
he falls into a big vat of shit, and he goes crazy. And I think that's a very lazy.
Well, that's why.
Way of
I mean,
doing
they've got the film with fucking Phoenix. Correct.
Oh yeah, the Joker. That's a great movie. I'd never watch it again. I watched
Exactly.
it once.
That is exactly how I
and
feel
I will
about
never
it.
watch it again.
Look, with Borderline, that like
Oh yeah, should we bring that up?
we both have borderline. BPD.
We were both diagnosed. I was 22 when I was diagnosed with borderline, and I'm 26 now.
Oh, okay. He's not.
No, I will be 34 this year. Thank you very much. That is
I,
the last time I will ever say that out loud.
yeah. I'm not even going to say mine, but I was only diagnosed
He's
at the start
29.
of last year.
He's 29.
I'm not 29.
Well, if you're not going to say anything
I'm a
to
lot
the contrary,
younger than 29. I just want to put that out there.
Sabotage 29.
No, I was only diagnosed last year, and it was just. I mean,
At the age of
obviously it was
29.
at the- it answered so many questions for me.
It does, doesn't it?
It does, because my whole life I was emotional as fuck and had no control over it. And I'm like, why am I like reacting to absolutely everything ever since I was a kid? Because a lot of the time with something like BPD, it's more often than not a nurture versus nature thing.
Yeah.
So it's due to your environment, the way you were raised, growing up abused, stuff like that, which I did have. However, I was a total crybaby before that. Like I'd cry over anything in
You're a little
primary
bitch,
school when
yeah.
I was yeah.
You're a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little bitch in primary school. And I was always known for being very emotional. And that's how I know that, like, oh, okay, I was born this way. And fun fact, oh, turns out my mother had it. And that kind of, and I was like, that adds up. So that's like a semblance of an origin story for me. What happened to being bad just because you're bad? You know, you don't need some like, some depressing childhood traumatic reason to be a cunt. Like Maleficent, for example. I liked Maleficent so much more when she was just like, oh, you didn't invite me to your party?
Yeah.
Curse your baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck that kid.
Yeah.
But then, you know, Angelina Jolie did the whole backstory
They
for
try to
it.
humanize villainy.
Yeah.
That's become a really big trope in Hollywood
And
right
there's,
now.
what's
They're
that?
trying to like make us identify and humanize villainy.
I do think that a lot of villains deserve an origin story.
I think it's a symptom of Hollywood that they've run out of ideas for good guys. So they're trying to
So they give you the
apply
backstory
them
for
to bad guys.
Yeah. What makes it unrealistic for me is it takes out the notion that there is truly evil in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're just trying to humanize everything. Oh, like there's a reason why they're like that. Some people are fucked. And there's no justification for that. There's no explanation for that.
Yeah.
They're just, yeah.
Sociopathy is a very big thing.
That
Like
we're not gonna-
sociopaths. Yeah.
Yeah, sociopath, exactly.
Sociopathy is a very... So I'm a huge science fiction nerd.
Okay.
I love science fiction, and I love science fiction that deals with, you know, intelligence and, you know, ideas and identity. The basic premise is that can intelligence exist without consciousness? Do you have to be conscious in order to know what to be intelligent?
Right.
And I mean, we have examples of this on Earth. We have like ants, which are a hive mind.
Yeah.
They're not conscious. They're not really self-aware.
No, they're not. They're not.
But they're very intelligent, and they can get a lot of shit done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this kind of idea is basically an extension of sociopathy. Sociopathy is this idea of intelligence, but without all the clutter of morality, ethics,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Because
Yeah,
they're usually incredibly intelligent. But the argument is are they intelligent because they don't have to deal with things like compassion and ethics and
True. When you
morality?
take those out, what
Is it
happens?
just uncluttered, and then their minds are just so much freer to
What a life.
logically
Oh my God.
compute all of these things?
Imagine not having to deal with all this extra shit.
Oh, I don't know. I think life would be a little bit dull, and
It would. Well, no, but you wouldn't be aware of it.
that's true.
You lack the consciousness. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Origins. Oh, yeah. When I was thinking of this subject, what kept coming back to my mind, despite the fact that I know nothing about it,
Are you going to say state of origin?
state of origin.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. We got to pull in the straits.
Oh, is that how we're going to do it?
Yeah.
With the sports, yes.
Sports.
The local sports team.
Yeah. What was it this past
the
weekend?
Blues and the Reds.
Things. Some gays are into, I mean, obviously, because it's not stereotype, but I'm doing a guy or two who does sport.
I'm doing a guy or two
Yeah.
that is interested in the sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't quite follow what it is that they're doing exactly, but I'm like,
Who would?
yeah, no, I don't. What? Okay. Some sports, the most boring fucking thing on earth.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Cricket is the worst.
It's so bad.
It's just a whole bunch of not overweight, but slightly overweight men standing in a field waiting for the ball to possibly come in their direction.
Yeah. When they're just hitting it in a straight line, like I don't. That and golf. Golf
I
should
don't
not be a
fuck
sport.
with golf. They don't
That's
even
so boring.
walk to the next hole. They drive little cars. I wouldn't mind driving
No.
around them.
That's so
I'd
funny.
play it for the car.
Yeah, you just be.
I
The
mean, I don't
driver.
know how to drive, but
Neither
it'd
do
be
I.
fun to try.
I don't think it's a coincidence that neither of us have.
I don't know.
licenses.
Sport isn't completely alien to me.
Yes.
As a New Zealander,
Yeah, no, true.
I am legally required
to
to be a fan of the All Blacks and rugby union. That is,
Okay,
I would lose my citizenship if I said otherwise.
that's funny. Birth. That's an origin.
Oh, girl birth.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of your birth? Because I know my sister was born in the car. They didn't make it to
What?
the hospital.
Oh my
So my
God.
dad had to pull her
Catch
out.
it?
I'm not entirely sure how it works.
He had to catch it.
Don't ask me about the biodynamics of how exactly it works. Just the image of that Men in Black scene where Will Smith is getting held around by the tentacles
Oh my God, yeah.
from the pregnant alien. I was a C-section.
Oh, you were?
Yes, I was cut out of my mother like a tumor.
Isn't that like a platinum star gay?
Yep, that is the platinum. So gold star gays are gays who have never had sex with a woman.
Yeah, but who came out
Platinum
of it, yeah.
stars are gays who didn't even enter this world through a
Didn't
vagina.
even touch a vag.
Yes.
Yes.
I was cut out of my mother like a tumor.
I think
And she's never forgiven me for it. Like, I've seen the scar. It's an awful, horrible scar.
oof.
Because my head. Apparently, I had a really big head.
That checks out.
Yeah,
That's on brand for you.
that checks out. My dainty feminine head. So let's wind up. Origins.
Origins.
The beginning of things.
The beginning of the end. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end
And this is the end
of life.
of this podcast, girl.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna,
the
have
last
to,
episode.
we're gonna have to work on our endings. Origins are very important. They define us. They're the
do.
source of who we are.
This is true. Oof. We're getting, what's the word? Philosophical? No.
She got one. That's a point on the board, everyone.
Oh my God.
We are getting philosophical. Well
are.
done.
I'm going to
I mean, you
glass you in the head.
We are getting philosophical.
Yes.
Do you think origins define us, though?
No, of course not. It's the choices you make along the way of the journey
Yeah, that was cheesy.
of life.
That was super cheesy.
Well, that's the truth of it, isn't it? Because it's not like where you came from, of course, does not define
It's not
you.
where you came from.
It's the friends you made along the way.
I think we just confused two completely different things there.
No,
But I think we can end on that.
yeah.
That was it's not where you came from. It's the
It's
friends you made along the way.
I love that. What a vibe.
What a vibe.
What a vibe.
Vibe check. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. This was episode number 1 or
Yes.
episode number 0?
0. Who counts from 0? Is that an orange?
Okay, this is why
That's
you're
from
my
1.
dumbest friend. Episode 1.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Jordan. This is
Andre.
and this has been Sabotage.
Love it.